Yeah, come on in. Shut the door behind you. Yeah. Don't worry, this should only take no more than 10 minutes at the most. Do you have any idea why I pulled you in here today? Well, you're on the right track. I've been noticing in our numbers throughout the month, well, actually the last several months, that your production rate has slowed down immensely. Now, is there any particular reason? Something going on? I mean, obviously I don't want to pry into your personal life, but when things start to affect our numbers and our income, it's time to have a talk. Well, yeah, I'm looking at the data right here. You can't deny, like, the literal data. I mean, I don't want to have this conversation more than anybody else, but we need to see some sort of improvement over the next few months, or there might have to be some corrective action. Well, I mean, like I said, you don't have to disclose. I know, I understand, it's personal. That doesn't change the fact of what's going on at work. Like, when I go home, I don't drag my stuff from work home, and I don't try to drag my stuff from home to work. There has to be a life-work balance, and if things are affecting you that greatly, then you need to take a little bit of time off. Well, do you have any PTO or sick time? Well, then I may recommend that you take some time off and take some time to gather yourself, do whatever you need to do at home, get things in order, and then come back when you're a little more clear in the mind and ready to work. Because I'm running a business. I'm not running a feeling factory. And I'm sorry, I don't mean to sound harsh in any kind of way, but when it comes down to it, I have to keep the lights on. And I can't have work falling at the wayside and people just not working. Well, let me just pull up some numbers for you. So it shows that in the last 2 months that the particular jobs that you signed into and were doing work on dropped significantly by about 47% from the previous jobs you had done. Yeah, that's almost half. That's almost half the effort going on. I have to look at this from a business standpoint. Don't trust me. Outside of work, I'm a very friendly, loving person, and it has nothing against you or what you're going through. I just have to think about what's good for the business. And if you don't want to comply and are not going to take time off, and you're going to continue to let this fall down to like really low numbers, then I have to let you go. Possibly. That, or I'll have to start marking you up until it improves. But just know that you only get 5 markups in a quarter. Well, sorry, I misspoke. You get 5 markups for every 6 months. And then it resets for the next 6 months, but I don't really think you want to go to that route, because if you go over that, then I have to terminate you. And that's the last thing that I want to do. When you started here, you were bright-eyed, bushy-tailed, and gung-ho and ready to work. That's why this is so surprising, and I wanted to take time to talk to you. Because this is not normal behavior. You've always been a solid worker here. You've been here 3 years now. And I've been nothing but pleased with your work. So, this is a tough conversation for me to have, and I really don't want to have it. But sometimes we're put into predicaments where you're between a rock and a hard place, and you have to hash it out. So I'm gonna let you have time to think about it. If you want to put time in to have off and just gather yourself, then great. We'll look into getting that done for you. Otherwise, I just need to see some improvement, please. Our numbers cannot afford to drop. You know how many banners and signs and things we have going in and out of here? You'd be, well, you might not be surprised. You're out on the floor, you see it. But we do a lot of business here, and we can't afford to fall behind. Okay. Thank you for taking the time to sit down and talk with me. You can go ahead and head out to the floor. Don't worry, this conversation is confidential, just between you and me, so nobody else knows. Nobody else is, judging you, or because they don't have access to this information. All right. Thanks again, Todd. You can go ahead and leave the door open. All right. Thanks.